Hey guys, and welcome back to the topic of when being an artist gets awkward. So seeing that I live in Canada and a lot of my ventures tend to take place online, most of these sales and communications and things are usually with the United States, which is cool, but it's really awkward. Usually when you mail something to the States and you want to mail it back, the onus is on you to pay for the shipping, and it's impossible to do when you're not in that country. I can send my art to the United States, but I can't send it back from the United States myself. I think the first time I really encountered this was with a gallery that exhibits sketchbooks, and I did it twice. I did this the second time I did it for fun, but the first time was completely different. It was their first run. They sent us out the sketchbooks. I think we paid $10 for it, which was really cheap at the time. We fill up the sketchbooks and we send it to them, and they post it in their little library, and then they send it back because you paid for that sketchbook. It's yours. The problem is it's impossible to get that sketchbook back, and I mentioned this, like I said, it was their first try. They didn't really think about it. When I did this first one, I did email them and say, hey, I don't know how I'm going to send you postage for this, and they said, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Turned out that it was a really big deal, and they never sent it back. And they didn't even try, they didn't even contact me about it. They just took my sketchbook. I sent everyone else's sketchbook back to them except for mine, and I guess whoever else didn't live in the States, I don't know. And I found that really, really frustrating, because I like my little sketchbook, and they still charge you for the sketchbook even though they're taking it from you. It's fun, I would still do it, but my other situation is submitting artwork to a magazine. It's the same awkward problem. I've sent them things in the past unsolicited, and they never sent it back. And the second time I was actually headhunted online, like they reached out to me. Their editor said, I like this, this, and this, please send it to us, and we'll take care of the shipping back. Normally we don't do that, but because I asked you, I will take care of it. They never did. They never sent any of my artwork back. I sent a small painting and a couple of ACOs. Those are the only things that I was willing to part with, because I knew, after doing this run around a couple of times, I don't want to send anything anymore that I'm not okay with not getting back, which is a really good outlook to have on your life. You always kind of go into it thinking that this is never actually going to come back to me, and it's okay. And if it's not okay, don't do it. Just don't do it. So I just sent them some things that I didn't really worry too much about, that I wasn't really going to be in a big huff if they didn't send it back, and they didn't send it back. So I don't know, my paintings are out there somewhere, and they weren't even in the magazine, so it's like, okay. And it's not like I sent it to some random stranger. Like, I sent it to the headquarters, so it's not like I was scammed out of anything. I wasn't scammed out of anything, but it's just awkwardness. Man, these series kind of sound salty, don't they? I'm not trying to stir out shade here. I'm just talking about how the art world can be a little bit tricky sometimes, and you kind of have to just let it roll off your back. None of these things are actually impactful on my life, and you have to kind of be careful about stuff like that. Like I said, if you don't think that you can live without it, then don't send it. Always treat something as giving rather than lending. I guess the only one I really had luck with was trading cards, where you have to send in a self-addressed stamped envelope, but they seem to actually understand that you can't do that, and so you just send an extra piece of artwork, and then they pay for the shipping back. It's $2, so it shouldn't really be this difficult. Like, it really shouldn't be this difficult. As always, feel free to share your experience in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!